Moose with the showstopper gets two. No fucking way. Moose does it.
Welcome to the Headshot, your weekly dose of all things Valorant Champions Tour. Let's kick it off with a look back at some of the best plays from Regional Masters thus far.
Mega clutch!
Dominando o ponto. O Sadak saindo do manto surpreendendo os dois de lado. Já acertou na S. Meu amigo Maruto é muito bom de frente.
İlerleyecekler. Fred'e karşı çok dikkatliler. Ve Gajin dediğimiz o kili çıkarttı. Harika bir ulti daha. Bir tane daha vuruyor Fred.
The tagger was one, everybody's getting scattered. Quinn goes in, the double knife, the triple knife from Quinn.
We've got the audio cue now. We're going to find the first. He swings on to the second. Fear of Falls is just one more player to deal with. Takas, the three-piece, the four-piece, the A's. Takas, you dirty man.
Time to see where everyone currently stands in their Regional Masters events. So far in NA, only Xset and Immortals have been eliminated from the tournament. 100 Thieves, Gen G, Envy, and Luminosity will battle through the lower bracket this week, while FaZe Clan and Sentinels prepare to face off in the upper bracket finals.
He looks to finish this one off in start. There's the ace to finish off the first map from Win.
Over in Europe, Ballista Esports and Alliance were knocked out in the group stage. At the time of writing, group stage is still underway, with Team Heretics, Ninjas in Pajamas, FPX, and Defuse Team in the lead.
What?
Check out ValorantEsports.com for updates on the results.
I don't see a world where you find this.
Oh my God!
CIS's group stage is also underway. So far, Tweezy and Divinity have been eliminated. Team Singularity, Gambit Esports, Forza, and GMT Esports currently lead the pack. Similarly to Europe, CIS will be playing out the remainder of their group stage this week, with the playoffs occurring over the weekend.
Влади сейчас Шейда схоронит первого, второго, третьего, четвертого. Хайлайты подъехали. Ребятки, вот это красотища.
In Turkey's Regional Masters, FastPay Wildcats, Oxygen Esports, BBL Esports, and Footballists are currently in the lead. Zero Zone and Other Side Esports have been eliminated from contention. After weeks of anticipation, Footballists and BBL will finally get their rematch from First Strike Grand Finals. Check out ValorantEsports.com to see how the results played out.
Oraya da gönderdi. Bela gelecek mi diye bakıyorum. Üstteki rakibini buldu. Bela geldi.
Vision Strikers still remain undefeated in Korea with a 3-0 record thus far in Regional Masters, dropping only one map to NUTURN Gaming. Vision Strikers and Team Muyaho have qualified into the playoffs as TNL, NUTURN, Damwon Kia, and APE Prince battle for the remaining 2 slots. Tune in this weekend to see if Vision Strikers can keep their streak alive through the finals.
그렇게 하나 더 추가로 잡아냈어요. 에이스까지 꺼낸다.
In Japan's Regional Masters, Crazy Raccoon and Absolute Jupiter will face off in the upper bracket finals this weekend. Both teams have yet to drop a map in this event. Reject, Lag Gaming, First Gaming, and FAV Gaming will all have to fight through the lower bracket to stay alive.
오미고토 에이스 레이터.
Brazil's tournament has reached the semifinals, where Gamelanders will face Furia Esports and Pain Gaming will take on Team Vikings. The single elimination format of the bracket has created some tense moments so far, like an incredibly close set between Vorax and Pain Gaming, where Pain ultimately came out on top. Tune in this weekend to see which of these 4 icons will meet in the grand finals.
Consegue, leva o primeiro, o machadão transferiu. Drago, Mighty no clutch.
LATAM North's Regional Masters event came to a close with a nail-biter set between LDM Esports and Laser Clan. The two teams went back and forth in a very close set until Game 5, in which LDM came out swinging. They crushed Laser Clan 13-4 on split and took the crown as the first ever VCT Regional Masters. LATAM South's Regional Masters event is now underway, with finals taking place this weekend. Head over to ValorantEsports.com to see how the bracket currently stands. Southeast Asia's Regional Masters event kicks off this week. Representatives from each country will come together for a single tournament for the first time in the VCT. Here's a list of all the teams that will be competing. There's still more Regional Masters action to come this weekend. Let's take a look at some of our key matches to watch.
Bone cold, ice cold on Icebox.
First up, we've got FaZe Clan versus Sentinels in the NA Regional Masters Upper Bracket Finals. Sentinels have been a top team in North America since the launch of VALORANT, and they've impressed fans once again with their new roster update. In an unprecedented move, TENS came out of retirement to join Sentinels from Cloud9. TENS has returned to the VCT in full force, popping off on most maps and scoring an amazing peak average combat score of 427 on Icebox against Luminosity.
Well on the beef. I said this the first time I called TENS. This is his world, and we're just living in it.
Right alongside him is Sick, who's shown up in a major way at this event. Also frequently top fragging alongside TENS and flexing between multiple roles to fit the team's needs.
Oh, TENS!
On the other side, we've got FaZe Clan, who've had some incredible growth over the past few weeks. After a year of mixed results in 2020, the team went back to the drawing board for the beginning of the VCT. Challengers Week 1 was a rocky start for them, but by the time Week 2 and Week 3 rolled around, they stepped up their game and took some amazing wins, including a 3-0 victory over 100 Thieves in the Week 3 main event grand final. The addition of their new coach Trippy has really helped the team find their voice. They've had great success playing their new hyper-aggressive Puggy playstyle, focused around setting up their amazing duelist Baby Bay and Corey for success.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just disgusting to watch.
Last time FaZe Clan and Sentinels faced off was in Challengers Week 2 quarterfinals, and Sentinels came out on top with a 2-0 victory. But FaZe has shown massive improvements since then. Are they finally ready to topple the Titans of NA in this rematch? Tune in Friday, March 19th at 5 p.m. Pacific to see how it shakes out.
Oh my god, Mob!
The rematch we've all been waiting for in Brazil has arrived. Gamelanders versus Furia in the Regional Masters semifinals. At the end of 2020, Gamelanders were by far the best team in the region, winning First Strike and nearly every other tournament in Brazil. They finally met their match when Furia burst onto the scene at the start of the 2021 VCT. The historic esports org hit the ground running in VALORANT, taking huge wins in Challengers Week 1 and 2. One of Furia's first ever victories was against Gamelanders in Challengers Week 1 qualifiers, where they eliminated Gamelanders in the final round. After that, Gamelanders had a much longer road to Masters, but they eventually beat Furia in the Challengers Week 2 semifinals along the way. These two squads have been battling for the top spot in Brazil all year long, and their rivalry is finally coming to a head at Regional Masters. Their record against each other is 1-1, so this weekend's Regional Masters semifinals will determine who's really the best. Personal pride and a shot at the first Masters trophy will be on the line when Gamelanders and Furia face off on Saturday, March 20th. Head over to ValorantEsports.com for more details on scheduling. Who do you think will win our matches to watch this weekend? Let us know in the comments and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the action. Thanks for watching The Headshot. For upcoming matches and schedules, check out ValorantEsports.com. We'll see you next week for more updates on all things Valorant Champions Tour.
They have no paranoia anymore.
Spotting the dark cover too, Caboose. He can end the round right here as he goes through for the challenge. Oh! That's insane from Caboose for the ace!
Oh, he can go around the world. No, he wants to fight on one. He's gonna get the C2. Oh, this is huge from Obi.
No way!
Step in the right direction, but Leo, great work from him. Comes out with the trade, effective.
They're trying to dig Leo out, but he's dug in. Find another one as well. Logan falls here. Can he get another? He will. 3 on the round. Roden falls as well. Fast comes through. It's going to be huge here if he tries to swing back out. As he does before. He got readjust the ace.
올리고 네 빈돌이에요. 전화에 하나. 그리고 얼루. 와, 얼루가 일단 저격했습니다.
He needs more though. Timing catches him on the reload, not gonna get it though. Finds one. He needs it!
시간 백코트 쪽에 한 번 더 끊어냈고요. 스파이크 다운 5초 4초 되고 X가 마무리 X가
원 찬스.
Sights pointed down over here in mid-market. King gets 1 kill. Not able to quite break in here. Hunter's Fury coming down now. King just trying to stay out of that range.
Oh, well, dies. Okay, Sky Smoke coming down right now. Lau pushing forward, coming on the side, and kills off the blinded 10X. Comes into U-Haul, gonna take down Brimstone as well, barely taking any damage. Allow with 4 kills.
Level low.
They're going to come right in onto the A side now.
Oh,
Nice.
raised himself up there, gets 2
Using
kills.
the wall as a boost, surprising 2 of those players.
Oh my God.
The hands here of Luyaho. Crazy turn of events.
It really is. Suggest here. Looks like he's going to go ahead. Oh! Forces him out of the back there and gets the headshot. Showstopper comes down and gets parry, but Suggest now with 4 kills.
Go through this narrow area.
It blinds them as they come out. That was an awesome move, but actually Suggest gets gunned down by Buzz. A huge moment. But Yahoo down to 2.
Lakia is just murdering over here.
극복하고 왕좌를 쟁취하라. 안녕하세요. 2021 발로란트 지역 마스터스.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the grand finals. As you can see, we do have the interviewer starting us off here to interview each player.
Yes, we do. Of course, that was Ending Life's voice. Chober here just to keep him company. Yeah, but we're going to hear from the players here. So I guess it's going to be Vision Strikers first.
All right. All right, so we have King up first for this pre-game interview here. Hello, Vision Strikers.
저를 이렇게 맞이해 주시는 건가요? 다 서주실지는 몰랐는데.
All right, thank you for all standing up and welcoming me here onto the backstage.
Standing ovation.
All right, so King, you play the Sentinel. You know, you are very, very well known. We know you're going to play the Sentinel position again. You know, what do you have prepared for NUTURN here today?
아직까지는 잘 모르겠어요. 일단 만나봐야 알 것 같아요.
Alright, so you know, I'm not gonna say anything about what I'm gonna do, but you know, everything that you guys are wondering or you know thinking of me playing, I'm gonna show you guys in the game. What do you assume the map scores will be? And he thinks it's gonna be a 3-1 today.
A little humble.
오늘 컨디션 좋으시죠?
How's your condition today? How do you feel?
네, 그럭저럭 나쁘지 않아요.
Not bad, not bad. So he didn't say good.
플레이 한번 기대해
Not bad. So you know he's getting.
He's just a humble guy.
스택스 선수 만나보겠습니다.
As you just heard,
선수들
you do have
이렇게 다
stacks
서
here.
계시니까요, 뭔가 벌 받는 것 같고 저벌 세우는 거 아닙니다.
The interviewer's
네,
feeling a
지금
little
불편하신 거
guilty and you know, thinking that she has to interview really quickly because everybody's standing up here. But yeah, we do have stacks here.
잘 쓰는 걸로 유명하잖아요.
So we know that you switched over from Breach to Sky. You know, can we see some crazy plays coming out from Sky today? And yes, we have prepped even more with Sky. So you know, expect some crazy plays coming in.
Oh, I love it. Stacks on that Sky. Love to see it.
So on NUTURN, you know, Suggest said that yeah, we've experienced Vision Strikers Sky. So now he says that he can, go up against it. Any words to suggest? So you can, suggest can think that he can, counter my Sky, but wait until he plays us today in the grand finals. I'm gonna show him some crazy Sky plays.
Stacks is so confident. I just love hearing him talk. He's so confident.
King and Stacks are totally different in personality. But now we do have the in-game leader, the mastermind of Vision Strikers, Glow. So did you expect to meet NUTURN in the grand finals? Yeah, even though we beat them in Group A in the first round, we knew that they were gonna make it back up into the grand finals and meet them in the grand finals.
Wow, a lot of respect for NUTURN.
So you are the main shot caller of Vision Strikers. On NUTURN, they have Solo as the in-game leader. So what do you think you are better than in Solo when you compare yourselves? So all in all, I just think, I take care of my teammates. I am more like a leader, kind of having everybody in order, listening to me, but also not, dictating everything. So, like a father, like the interviewer mentioned.
상당히 겸손한 모습 보여주셨네요. 오늘 경기 기대하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
I thought you can always see that kind of patience from Glow. It's really good to see.
제스 선수
Feels like
이렇게
he's like a
인터뷰를
soft
하는 거는
type.
저와 처음 같아요.
But anyways, yeah. Next we have Zest. It's our first interview together, I guess.
이런 이야기를 해주실 줄 알았는데 뭐.
Are you happy to do an interview with me? And he is very happy because he never got the chance.
경기 결승전을 준비하는 데 있어서
Not yet.
어떤 부분에
Maybe later today again. Who knows?
So what, while prepping for this grand finals, what did you kind of focus on?
강한 점을 더 강하게 좀 보완했습니다.
So obviously we worked on our flaws. However, we worked on our strong points to get even stronger. So they, the opponent, even though they studied us, they can't, they can't counter us. So our team, how's your team when prepping and practicing together? And our in-game leader, like you said, Glow is very soft and kind to us while practicing. He doesn't yell at us, right? So I think all of our team kind of adjust to kind of benefit each other during scrims and prepping time, so we don't kind of get tilted or get angry at us at each other. Now we have RB. Who, which player do you think is the most troublesome in NUTURN?
얼로우 선수 아무래도 엔트리 역할을
And he thinks
맡아주시는
Lau.
만큼
Oh,
상대팀의
okay.
엔트리 역할을
Jet.
맡아주신 얼로우 선수.
Understandable, yeah. Lau plays the Jet, basically only Jet. So Jet goes off from breach and raise, so it makes sense. So what is the reason for that? Just as Trouble mentioned, he is the entry position Jet player, not swapping off into anything else. So.
알겠습니다.
So he thinks that he is a little bit better in terms of agent pool. So RB is able to swap from this agent to another agent, whereas Lau has been just playing the Jet all around. So
크게 한번 외쳐주시는 거 어떨까요? 하나,
and
둘,
last
셋.
fighting for Vision Striker. There we go.
He's just not bashful at all. He's ready to just talk. He's ready to kind of flaunt their pride for Vision Strikers. I love to see that from Vision Strikers, and I love that they have like Stacks kind of there to keep that energy up. But then Glow and the rest of the team is like pretty calm. They're kind of laid back. It's really good to see.
I know Vision Strikers personally, and I know Zest is also a very quote-unquote class clown type of personality.
Oh, okay.
But he's keeping a calm today. I don't know. He's hiding it.
Maybe he's a little nervous. Maybe we'll see. Obviously, it's great to see all the players here for the finals and get to talk to them kind of one-on-one before the match. I love that we have this opportunity and getting to kind of see all 5 personalities one by one. But now it's time for NUTURN.
All right. So first up on NUTURN is Lau. Hello, Lau.
네, 우리 얼로우 선수는 최고의 제트 경기력을 보여준다라는 평가를 받고
So people are saying that you are the Korean Jet. You are the best Jet. You show us so much super plays with Jet. So how do you feel about that?
그렇게 불러주신다면
that may be overdoing it, saying he's the best Jet in Korea. But I'm thankful for the people who think that of me.
He'll take it. He'll take that pride.
아무래도 좀 RB 선수이지 않나.
So, you know, who is the
역시나
player that
RB
you think is going to be the
선수가
most
얼로
troublesome
선수를
on Vision
뽑았대.
Strikers?
우리 얼로
And he
선수도
picks
RB 선수를
RB as well. So, you know, they're picking
RB
each other.
선수보다 내가 이거
You have to watch out for
낫다라고
RB.
할 만한
He's so
부분이죠.
dangerous on Vision Strikers.
So, what are, you know, what are you better at, RB?
꾸준함. 네.
Consistency.
성실한 얼로 선수.
I only play the jet. You know, I'm consistent with it.
네, 알겠습니다.
That is the
오늘
better
기대해
part
보도록
of me
할게요.
when you compare me to RB.
Okay, RB's stats so
다음은
far,
팀 내
Masters,
메인
speak a
오더를
bit of a different
담당하고
story,
있는
but
솔로
okay, we'll
선수
see.
만나보도록 하겠습니다.
Okay, next up is Solo, our
나는
in-game
빛이
leader
나는
of
솔로.
NUTURN. And
우리 솔로
I'm not
선수.
gonna.
She was singing a famous
솔로
K-pop song.
솔로여서 아마 솔로라는 닉네임을 사용하고 있지 않을까라는
So,
생각이 드는데 만약 솔로를 탈출하신다면 아이디를 바꿀
boy.
계획이 있으신가요?
So the so
돈이
is
없으세요.
people think that you've
역시나
been
이 솔로
you know,
선수다운
solo,
또 브랜드
single
파워가
basically
있기
throughout your
때문에 이를
life. That's why
지키시려는
you
것
named
같습니다.
yourself Solo.
네,
So
아까 또 비전 스트라이커스 팀에
I missed the
글로
question,
선수가
but either way.
같은
I think she was asking, like, you know,
내가 이
do you feel
글로
bad that
선수보다
people are calling
이거
you
Yeah,
like,
and he
whatever?
didn't care.
메인으로서
Yeah.
더 나은 것 같다라는 하는
So you know, what are you better than
있을까요?
Glow as an in-game leader?
저는 저희 멤버들 좀 유연하게 좀 잘 풀어주는 게 있어가지고.
Alright, so I take care of our teammates' mental states as well during the game and in game,
낫지 않나 그렇게
and kind of encourage them even though they're on their off day or might be tilted. So I'm always there, kind of like a father figure in the back, kind of
경기가 될 것
helping them out.
같습니다. 오늘 기대해 보겠습니다.
You know, that implies that they do tilt and they do have off days. Vision Strikers didn't say that.
소셀스
So
선수입니다. 소셀스 선수
no.
안녕하세요.
Next up is Suggest.
화끈한 공격 플레이로 요즘에 시원한
We've seen Suggest
경기력을
do interviews many
오늘도
times as the
준비되셨죠?
MVP. So you know he's like it's nothing new.
네, 어떤
Are you
부분을
prepped for
가장
today?
집중해서
Yes,
공격하실
we
건가요?
are. So what are you gonna focus on the most, especially during the attack end?
쪽을 공격하면은 쉽지
So we're gonna pick and go where Stax is because he's the worst.
아니고 스택스 선수가
Wow.
못하기 때문에 지금 말씀을
He literally said
해주셨어요.
Stax is the worst,
스택스
so we're
선수를
gonna just
도발하신 것
keep
같은데
going
오늘
to where
플레이
Stax is
기대해 보도록
positioned.
하겠습니다. 자, 그럼 오늘 스코어
I love it.
몇
I mean, they're right on
예상하시나요?
stage together. I
Yeah.
love it.
그래도
So what do you think the score is gonna be?
한 2점 주고 저희가 한 3점 따는 식으로.
So we think Vision is obviously strong. I'm not gonna take that away from them. So we're gonna give Vision 2 maps first, and then we're gonna do a reverse sweep and make it a 3-2 victory for
네,
us.
다음은
That's a
페리
bold
선수
play.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if it pays
페리
off.
선수
It hasn't yet so far.
네, 오늘 결승을 위해서
Next
어떤
up is
부분을
Perry,
가장 집중해서
The
준비하셨을까요?
smoker of the team.
VS가
So what did you focus on prepping for today?
조금 준비를 많이 하는 것 같아가지고.
So it seems like Vision Striker has been prepping a lot of Sky meta. So we focused on countering that Sky meta.
담당하고 계시잖아요.
네.
네,
You guys
비전
can look out for
스트라이커즈를
that.
상대로 연막을 사용하는 데 있어서 가장
So
까다로운
obviously
점이 있다면
you are
어떤
the
걸까요?
main smoker
가장
on the
까다로운
team.
점은
So what's the most difficult
아직까지
part of
특히
smoking,
특별히 없는
especially when you're on the attack?
없다라고 이야기를
Okay,
해주셨네요.
so there's nothing too
오늘도
hard
선수들
about
대단한
going
것
up against
같습니다.
Vision Strikers,
굉장히
especially
겨루신
when
것
I'm
같아요.
smoking
기대해
them
볼게요.
off when we're going for a
고맙습니다.
rush.
자, 마지막으로
Not much of a
라키아
big
선수
problem that I
만나볼게요.
felt yet.
라키아 선수 안녕하세요.
I mean, I think you have to have that confidence. You're on the final
상대 비전
stage.
스트라이커즈에서
Well,
가장
now we have
경계되는
Lakia, the
선수가
last member
있다면
of NUTURN.
누구일까요?
So who is the player that you are looking out for
형이
on Vision Strikers?
그냥 잘한 거
I
같아요,
think
저기.
Glow is just all in all the best player on Vision Strikers all around.
올려주시는 건 아닌 거죠?
So are you?
코멘트 하겠다.
You're not complimenting Glow just because he's the oldest, right?
자,
And he's not gonna comment on that.
Look
He
at
seems
Glow
cool.
chuckling.
안겨줄 자신 있으신가요?
Attacking the age.
네, 있습니다.
Are you confident in beating Vision Strikers today?
자, 마지막으로 그러면
Yes,
우리
we
누턴
are
팀도
confident
누턴
as a team to
파이팅
beat them.
외쳐주실까요?
Last but not least,
화이팅!
there you go.
네,
Nice. That was loud and strong. I mean, NUTURN is prepped here to try to take that first win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're finally on screen. It is VALORANT Masters Korea. It is the finals for the Regional Masters here in Korea. My name is Chobra, and of course we have Ending here, who is just translating the interview for us. And it's great to see these two teams. It's great to have a chance to talk to them on stage.
Yep.
Of course, in many places around the world, we don't have that opportunity yet, but here in Korea, we've been blessed to have them here in the studio, and now we've heard from all 10 players playing in this finals.
Yeah, this is the first list. Like usually you'll pick like 1 or 2 key players to interview, but now we had the chance to talk to all 10 players, and as I mentioned, they all have different personalities, and I was surprised for a couple of players kind of hiding their true selves.
Okay, maybe they're taking it slow a little bit. Maybe they're a little camera shy so far. Zest hasn't had many MVP interviews.
Yeah.
So maybe if they win, we'll see a different side of the players. Well, let's take a look at the bracket really quick to see how we got here. Of course, we started with 8 teams, and that's after 3 weeks of challengers trying to get into this regional masters. But after the 8-team start, we had Group A and Group B, and ending, we're now down to Vision Strikers and NUTURN, which was the opening match.
Yeah, so this is actually, it's very meaningful having the first match of Valorant's Masters 1 with Vision and NUTURN and finishing it with them. Now, I'm curious if NUTURN has what it takes to kind of overthrow them, because this is their last chance of this, stage 1 for them to make themselves clear victory.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, whoever wins here gets to say that they are the best team right now in Korea, at least for, during this timeline of that stage 1 here for the VCT. But Vision Strikers, I mean, still undefeated in a best of series. They never lost. They did have a draw, but it's still not a loss, right? They've dropped a couple maps here and there, but pretty dominant. We can see the record coming into the finals so far. Again, it was only in the opening match that they lost 1 map against NUTURN.
Exactly, the team that they're facing right now. They've, given up a map on Haven, and Haven, obviously, we've talked over and over saying that Vision, it is one of their strong suit, but NUTURN took that away, so that's going to be a huge problem going into our best of 5 today.
Yeah, it is going to be a best of 5, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. Now, Haven, of course, being one of NUTURN's strong suits, we can see that on the record here. What's interesting is we talk about Vision Strikers being undefeated, but NUTURN also only lost any maps at all against Vision Strikers in this tournament so far. Everything else has been a sweep.
Exactly, and you can see that, they've lost 2 maps, obviously,
well,
because they lost, right?
2.
So it's icebox in a sense. So now, NUTURN had a little bit more homework compared to Vision Strikers coming into this finals, playing a little bit more, one more match compared to Vision Strikers where, they have more time. So, we'll see if NUTURN had enough time to prep for, Vision Strikers' other maps other than Haven.
Yeah, it was a couple more hurdles for them, right? They had maybe 1 or 2 less days to try to figure out exactly what Vision Strikers is doing. But of course, both of these teams had to play in the semifinals, which was a couple days ago. So Vision Strikers, they had to play against Damwon Gaming, and they did not let Damwon Gaming have a chance at all. I mean, especially on Ascent, 13-1 final score.
Yeah, that was very, very not thoughtful of Vision Strikers and not giving them any breathing room. You could give them a couple more rounds, right?
I mean, I think they wanted to show off a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they finished the first half 11-1 on that defense, so not a single chance of breathing room. After that, it was a bit closer, especially on Split, which is their strongest map, but they still shut them down in the end.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it was a 2-0 clean sweep by Vision Strikers. So, as expected, from the potentially the best team in Korea, that will be decided today. But we'll see if they're going to be doing any sweeps today with NUTURN.
Listen, I think until this finals is over, Vision Strikers is like undoubtedly the best team in Korea. Like for the time being, right? They're undefeated in the series. They might be just be the best team in Asia, quite frankly, given all their records against some of the other teams in kind of neighboring regions. Yeah. So for now, I think it's okay to say Vision Strikers is the best team, and NUTURN's coming up to challenge them. Now, NUTURN looked pretty good in their semifinals as well against Muyaho. I mean, we talked about that before the match, where Muyaho has some momentum, but NUTURN did not let them get started.
See, the thing is, the biggest thing about NUTURN is, whether they're on attack or defense, right? They're all about that calmness. They're all about gathering the most info as possible before making any haste moves. So, Muyaho, on the other hand, they're all about the fast-paced game, with Buzz going in. So when you do that against NUTURN, it's going to backfire more than, have success during many of the rounds that they play.
Yeah, NUTURN is that team that's known to try to figure out what the opponent team is doing. Like, maybe you lost once, but you come back stronger, right? NUTURN's that team that picks themselves back up. And, of course, they have some versatility, just not up to that sky that we've seen so far from Vision Strikers. But we have especially Suggest, kind of switching back and forth between that Breach and the Raze, depending on the map. So it's very clear that they've put in the thought to deserve being here at the finals for Valorant Masters.
Yeah, they definitely do. And, you talked about, Suggest going back and forth. And when he plays the Raze, it's a double entry with Allow on the Jet and Suggest on the Raze. That also could be a very a big factor in terms of beating Vision Strikers today.
Yeah, so they've met 3 times so far in official capacity in terms of matches. And what's interesting here is NUTURN has taken 1 map away from Vision Strikers every time. Eventually they lost 2-1 twice, and then it was a draw once, 1-1. But they have taken a map every time, so they're the ones who are consistently giving Vision Strikers trouble coming into this VCT this year.
Yeah, look at, you can see the map data. 1 map taken away on Haven, Ascent, and Bind. Obviously, Bind. That map being taken away was a little bit far back because during this Masters, Vision's been banning Bind all the time. So they've played 0 Bind on this Masters. So now today they have to play it.
Well, maybe, depending on when it's picked,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, maybe
Oh,
Vision
you say
Strikers
maybe, so if it's map 5, they're not going to play.
Maybe. Yeah, you never know. you never know. But there are no bans coming into the finals today. But yeah, we looked at those kind of match records, and while Vision is ahead, and I think there are very clear indications on which maps are favored, Ascent kind of being the one that's split.
Yeah.
And even one of the matches that Vision Strikers won on Ascent, it went to overtime, so it's been very close.
Yeah.
Now, looking at these records are, of course, for all of their official tournaments, right? It's not just here in Masters. And Vision Strikers 100% on split, 27 games on split, and still never lost once.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And obviously with this record, the numbers not literally just being numbers, but you have to keep in mind that, in the most recent matches, they've also, stacked up on the wins on split, which means split is going to be either map 4 or map 5.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
it has to be pushed back.
to be.
I mean, they're so confident on it, right? They still pick it. I mean, Damwon looked like they could try to challenge them in the semifinals, but when push came to shove, Vision Strikers said, all right, we're putting our foot down. We're going to win this game now. And they just won the last 3, I think, or 4 rounds in a row to clean it up. But on top of that, the Icebox. I mean, this is the one team in Korea that is readily happy to take on a match on Icebox, right? They're not banning it. They're picking it depending on their opponent. They're not afraid.
If ever since Icebox came out and there were tournament plays available with Icebox, Vision's been trying it. In the early days, they didn't have too much success, but coming into VCT, even during challengers, they have had a lot of success, and I think Icebox may be picked by Vision Strikers in either map 1 or 2.
Maybe. I mean, they, of course, prepared that Sky as well, which is so good on Icebox. Now, on the flip side, Icebox not looking so hot for NUTURN. Now, that's only like 1 or 2 games, so it doesn't amount to too much, but it's very clear that they didn't prepare Icebox coming in to this tournament. Now, they've had a couple days coming into the finals, but, I mean, we all know how it is. 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days, it's not enough to really feel comfortable on a map that you just weren't thinking about.
Definitely. Icebox is not going to be a comfortable map for NUTURN. However, you can see the other percentages when you compare it to Vision. They're up to par or a little bit lower, a couple percent. But what you guys have to keep in mind is that the bind percentage as well as the Haven percentage is not going to tell the full story here because Vision, like I said, never played the bind during Masters, where they have played many binds and Haven here for NUTURN. So, they're probably confident in that.
Yeah, there's a couple mind games to be played here in terms of pick order, but let's take a look at which players we're looking out for in this finals match. On Vision Strikers, it has to be RB. RB. This team's been all about RB's Raze coming into this Masters. Only played Raze and had quite a few highlight reels.
Exactly. He all of a sudden coming into the Masters, like Choba was talking about, Stacks and RB just swapped from Breach Jet to Sky Raze, and they've just been going on and on with the duo here, and RB is just amazing. And I actually talked to RB a little bit. He doesn't speak a lot, but he said the Blast Pack, it's able to do what Jet's Tailwind and Updraft does with just one skill. That's one of the reasons why he's been using the Raze and trying to master it even better.
Well, I definitely think there's some more interesting ways to use the Blast Pack, right? It's not as straightforward. This isn't to say that the abilities on Jet are not good. Obviously, they're really, really useful. But Raze has some specific scenarios where you can do maybe a couple of sneakier things that Jet might not be able to do, but they've been comfortable not using Jet at all. Now, on the flip side, for NUTURN, we got to talk about Suggest, who is also the player that goes on the Raze consistently when they want to bring out the Raze for their comp.
Exactly. Right now, it's RB. I thought it was Suggest on the highlights, but yeah, Suggest, his aim is phenomenal. You can see the numbers at the bottom. someone playing the Raze that has like a perfect aim is going to shine even more because like Trevor was saying, the blast pack can be utilized in so many different ways, and I'm pretty sure there's so many more ways that we didn't discover yet. And Suggest and RB, they're both using it in very, very new ways and making it shine.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see a lot of these teams try to start shying away or at least experiment without playing the Jet. Now, NUTURN does have a Lao on that Jet, like all the time. He's never played anything else so far in Masters, only played Jet, but when they bring out that Raze, it's a double duelist. Well, we're counting down. We're 40 seconds away, so your predictions coming to this finals, will Vision Strikers finally lose their first best of series?
No.
Okay, Vision Strikers
win is what I'm thinking. How about
listen, we have to go with that. The stats so far, it'd be foolish to argue against that. But I do think we could potentially go to a map 5. We're less than 30 seconds away from kicking off this finals here for Valorant Masters Korea. This is the regional Masters here. Who will be the best team in Korea? Do you want to see a map 5?
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
Okay.
No doubt.
All right. Which map do you want to see on map 5?
I don't know. Probably like Ascent or something, or Split.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see how the map picks pan out. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the finals between Vision Strikers and NUTURN.
자, 그룹 A조.
자, 일단 그룹 A조가 좀 빡빡해졌어요, 갑자기.
이거
큰일 났습니다. 나도 몰라요. 비전 스트라이커즈.
솔직히 같은 조가 될 거라고는 생각을 안 했어요, 냉정하게. 와, 개판이네 라는 그런 생각.
이런 말씀 드려도 될지 모르겠지만 라이엇이 우리를 싫어하나.
A조가 딱 걸리는 순간 좀 숙소가 좀 난리 났었죠. 그때. 딱 뜨자마자 하면서 다 아쉬워했죠, 되게.
첫 번째 세트 누턴이 챙겨갑니다.
이거 좀 위험한데라는 생각이 좀 들었어요.
생각보다 할만 충분한데? 라는 생각?
됐다, 오늘 이거 우리가 승자도 갈 수도 있겠다 라는 생각을 하고 있었어.
두 번째 세트 비전 스트라이커즈가 승리를 챙겨갑니다. 비전 스트라이커즈 승자조로 올라가게 됩니다.
또 졌네라는 생각은 들긴 했죠, 당연히.
역전패를 당한 거니까 아쉬웠던 것 같아요.
걸리고
서제스트 한 명당 그대로 누턴이 비전 스트라이커즈를 만나러 갑니다.
결국 그래도 꾸역꾸역 잘 올라오더라고요.
더 조끼를 품은 것 같아요. 네, 결승에서 이겨줄게.
무패 행진이 아직 가장 마음에 드는 것 같아요. 사람들이 저희를 얄밉게 보지 않나. 계속 이기니까.
VS의 무패를 깨고 싶고 이기고 싶고 그리고 심지어 결승전이니까 1등을 하고 싶고
VS의 오더를 맡은 글로우님을 흔들어놔야 좀 쉽게 이기지 않을까 생각합니다.
글로우는 날개를 달죠.
이렇게
완전 프레이즈죠. 해춘샷이다.
글로우 선수는
약간 침착해요. 팀원들을 약간 좀 아늑하거나 약간 그런 식으로 포근하게 감싸줄 것 같은데 김민우 선수가 컨디션이 안 좋거나 분위기가 안 좋으면 당연히 전체적으로 실력이 가라앉을 것 같고요.
제가 굳이 말 안 해도 이제 저희 선수들이 알아서 하기 때문에 항상 하던 대로만 해줬으면 좋겠네요.
지금으로선 저희의 유일한 라이벌이지 않을까 싶어요.
그러니까 쉽게 말해서 이기는 방법을 잘 아는 친구들이기 때문에 솔로 선수를 좀 빨리 잡아야 저희한테 유리하게 흘러가지 않을까 생각합니다.
솔로가 기다리고 있습니다.
과감하게 하실 때는 좀 과감하게 하고요. 엄청 큰 장점이고 좀 총을 좀 못 쏘세요, 솔직히. 샷에 집중을 못 하세요. 그래가지고 그때 헛디를 죽이면 이제 좀 쉽지 않나. 예.
잘 맞을 때도 있고 안 맞을 때도 있는 거죠. 결승에서 두고 보자.
자, 결국 비전 스트라이커즈가 승리를 챙겨갑니다.
비전이 잡아봤지만 나머지 뉴턴도 가만히 있지 않았어요.
비전 스트라이커즈 승자조로 올라가게 됩니다.
냉정하게 그냥 완성도의 차이라고 생각합니다, 저는. 비전이 조금 더 저희 팀보다 완성도가 있었던 것 같고 저희도 이제 보강해서 이번 결승을 준비하고 있어요.
저희가 계속 이기다 보니까 그런 압박은 있죠. 아, 지면 어떡하나. 뭐 팀이 뭐 무너질 것 같은데 뭐 그런 생각이 조금 들긴 해요. 진짜 이기고 싶다라는 생각이 들더라고요.
입으로는 지고 싶다, 질 때가 됐다고 하는데 솔직히 누구보다 열심히 하거든요. 다 필요 없고 저희가 이기고 싶네요.
네, 모든 맵에 대한 준비는 다 되었을까요?
그거는 좀 노코멘트 하도록 하겠습니다.
스플릿에서는 스카이가 아니라 또 브리츠 요원을 사용하셨어요.
업계 비밀이라 이거는 좀 생략하겠습니다.
뭐 그닥 큰 이유는 없고요. 그 요원에 손이 보이잖아요. 로봇이라는 점이 좀 마음에 안 들었어요. 사람 손으로 청소해달라 해가지고 이제 그럼 스카이 어떠냐? 좋다. 그래서 바로 그냥 한 거예요.
전혀 예상 못했죠. 전혀 예상 못했고 쓰던 조합을 쓰다 보면 이제 전략 노출이 심하게 되기 때문에 VS가 옳은 선택을 한 것 같아요. 저희는 시간 날 때마다 조금씩 아이스박스를 하고 있어요. 기대를 해주셔도 좋을 것 같습니다.
매치 포인트.
나이스 상민아.
똑같이 해도 될 것 같은데 우리 공 좋은 거 두 개 있어.
나 공 있거든? 진짜 웬만하면 그냥 살아있는 게 좋을 듯.
솔직히 띠동갑이거든요, 민수 형이랑. 이렇게 좀 편하게 해도 되나 싶을 정도로 좀 편하게 대해주시니까 좀 감사하죠, 저희는. 제 기억상 화내서 좋은 전례가 없기 때문에 절대 화를 내지 않습니다. 선수들의 멘탈을 절대 흔들리지 않게 많이 케어해주는 거랑 침착함을 유지하는 게 저한테는 제일 중요하다고 생각하는 점이고요. 잘할 때는 잘한다고도 칭찬은 항상 해줍니다.
맞습니다. 지퍼 안 푸는데 왜 나가는 거야?
준결승 할 때 게임 보이스 들으셨던 분들은 알 거예요. 게임에선 위아래 없다?
솔로 형은 온도차가 많이 다르죠. 인게임에서랑 이제 일상생활에서랑 동생들이 반말하고 뭐 화내도 잘 받아줘가지고 진짜 가족처럼 지내는 것 같아요. 인게임에서는 이제 냉정하게 이런 거 절대 두 번 다시 하면 안 된다 하면서 많이 다그치죠.
저희 선수들이 이제 개의치 않고 다 잘 들어주고 저도 못할 때 저희 막내나 저희 뭐 선수들이 형 이거는 좀 이렇게 안 했으면 좋겠어요 이렇게 하는 것도 있고 가족 같은 팀입니다, 저희는 진짜로.
지지 않도록 열심히 해보겠습니다.
부담감 좀 덜어내고 최선을 다해가지고 최대한 이길 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다.
멋있는 모습 보여드리면서 우승할 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 제일 총 잘 쏘는 사람이 누구인지 가려드리도록 하겠습니다. 이번 결승에서도 뉴턴과 좋은 경기 꼭 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
한국에서 제일 재밌는 경기가 되도록 파이팅 하겠습니다.
늘 해왔듯이 열심히 하고 다 죽일게요.
기대감을 갖고 있는 팬분들이 많을 텐데 그 기대감에 부응해서 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다.
VS 꺾는 모습 보여드릴 테니까 끝까지 응원해주세요.
결승전에서 멋있는 모습 많이 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Valorant Masters Korea. It is time for the grand final. I am Achilles, joined by Artosis. We will be guiding you through this epic best-of-5 series to see who is the best in the Korean region.
Oh man, I have been waiting for this all season. It's the exact two teams I think all of us thought would make it to the finals, and it couldn't be more hyped.
No, it could not be. I mean, I'll have to admit defeat. I put a little bit too much stock in Moyaho. NUTURN showed up to play in that matchup versus them. They shut them down. They have absolutely earned their way into this grand final, into this rematch versus Vision Strikers. The analyst desk was talking about it. This is how we kicked off Masters. Now we get to go right back into it. These two teams seemingly clashing all the time.
Yeah, and it's like they're meant to, really. Vision Strikers even said in that interview, they feel like this is really their only rival team out here, and you've seen it time and time again. NUTURN is able to push Vision Strikers to the limit, unlike any other team.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at like the Vision Strikers losses that they have actually dropped, it is pretty much all NUTURN.
Almost purely,
They have dropped one map versus ZF Gaming. There was a draw there, and otherwise it is just NUTURN all the way down. So this could be incredibly competitive, especially given that while yes, Vision Strikers has the dominant map, win percentages.
Yeah.
NUTURN, they have taken 3 separate maps away from them, so that leaves a good opportunity here for NUTURN to potentially take this series. They've won on Bind, Descent, as well as Haven.
Yeah, that's right. And don't forget, this is a best of 5. We haven't done any best of 5s here yet, which means we will end up playing all the maps as long as it's not a one-sided finals.
Yeah.
So that means that we get to actually see them on these maps where they have those winning records against them.
Exactly. And I mean, it means that there's, so much things that aren't avoidable now.
Yeah.
If you're NUTURN, you potentially can't avoid the icebox. It's going to be a coin flip for who gets to select first, and then you just alternate back and forth while everybody gets 2 picks, and the last remaining map is what will be map 5 if we go that far. So, I mean, fully anticipating that it's going to be a first pick icebox for the side of Vision Strikers. If I'm NUTURN, it's a little bit more of a toss-up between Bind or Haven, but it's certainly going to be one of those two. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ascent ends up being map 5.
Well, yeah, no, I already know the map order. I don't know if you do, but
I don't know the full thing.
All right, yeah, well, you basically nailed it. You know exactly how this is supposed to go down, and that is exactly how it's going to go down. We are going to start off on Bind, then we're going to Icebox, then we're going to Haven, then we're going to Split, and then we're going to Ascent. So you nailed it there, Achilles. You definitely did your homework before coming in today.
I was sitting in the taxi writing down notes, looking at PLR.gg, and we're like, let me go.
Color me impressed, sir.
All these match histories.
You could ask me what the map order is going to be like. I don't know, man. Like, I hope we see Icebox,
Well, we will, in fact, see it here at the beginning of... but here is the tournament breakdown. This is what they are playing for today. Those circuit points, ever important if you want to get into Champions at the end of the year to try to compete to be the global champion for Valorant here in 2021. 100 points on the line for first place. Second place still walking away with 70, which is absolutely respectable. But you want to net that top prize as well because you're going to be getting 40K in the pocket for the team, as well as that MVP award that's about 5,000 USD.
Yeah, that's pretty sick as well. A lot of prize money in the line now. A little bit shallower during the weeks that we commentated leading up to here. It was kind of like, okay, I mean, it's good, but this is serious money on the line and serious pressure as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, everybody, every single team that took place here in Masters is walking away with something, but you want more of that something rather than less of it. So these guys, you double your money if you get first place compared to second.
I know, it's pretty wild. We've had a long build up to this. There's just been so many games. It's really been amazing watching these teams develop as well. And I mean, tell me if you agree or not. I feel like we've actually seen in the past few weeks some drastic improvements amongst the top teams.
Oh, we absolutely have. I mean, for sure. We weren't really, sure how they were going to do then, known as Bear Claw. We knew that they had a lot of talent on the roster and whatnot. They came in, they absolutely surprised. They played some incredibly competitive series, and it just seems like NUTURN has been the team that really leveled up throughout this whole time. Like Vision Strikers, they've always been at the top, and we've just kind of been watching slowly as NUTURN creeps closer and closer to them to try to take them down. And maybe today is the day. This is how we got here. This is the results of the semifinals from last week, earlier on in the week. So Vision Strikers after dropping that single map versus NUTURN in the first round, they were able to go on a complete tear and punch their ticket into that semifinal without dropping anything, and then they quite handedly took down Dom1 Gaming Kia with a 2-0 as well.
Yeah, and in fact, both these sides definitely took down their opponents pretty one-sidedly, I would say. And the thing is, it's really clear that these 4 teams are the best 4 teams out here. Like, Dom1 and Muyaho, in my opinion, both look significantly better than APE and TNL. So I feel like there is a divide there. And honestly, like, Vision Strikers, they only lost 10 rounds total against Dom1, but NUTURN only lost 13 rounds total against Muyaho, which was, I thought, as impressive, if not more so, than what Vision Strikers did.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at NUTURN's record for 2021, they've only lost 3 maps and they had 2 draws. 2 of those losses were to Vision Strikers.
Yeah.
1 of those draws was to Vision Strikers.
There you go.
Otherwise, it was a bit of an uncharacteristic miss against WGS, who looked like they were on the on the rise up. Seemed like WGS might have been one of the top 4 teams in that moment. We now know that that is very much not the case.
Not anymore.
Didn't make it into Masters.
That was like week
very...
1 qualifier, right?
Yeah, week 1, week 2. It was a weird period.
Yeah,
and then the other draw was versus ZF Gaming, who was punching above their weight. So otherwise, like NUTURN, they haven't lost to anybody that is not respectable or isn't Vision Strikers. But now they look to take down the kings of Korean Valorant. Let's go ahead and we'll take a closer look at the rosters, even though if you've been paying half attention to the region, you know exactly who to expect. No substitutes for either of these squads.
And absolutely, we've seen them a lot, but it's kind of funny because it feels like we've seen them less than some of the weaker teams because they qualify into everything so quickly, right? Like there's no loser match for Vision Strikers, for instance. They always are up on top.
Yeah, and people always coming into the chat like, oh, is Vision Strikers playing the night? I'm like, no, they're already in Masters. Vision Strikers plays the night? No, they're already in the semifinal. You got to wait. We got to go through all these other matches. Just calm down. When you're looking to watch the most winningest team in the region, you're going to not see them as frequently as some of the other ones, as it does turn out. But NUTURN, we have seen plenty of tape on NUTURN throughout their run, but they made it through the lower bracket in their group, shifted over to the opposite side in the semifinal, and very easily took down Muyaho. But this clash, again, they've never not taken a map off of Vision Strikers when they have fought against each other here in 2021. So it seems like we're set up for, at least 4 maps, but I know you and I are hoping, regardless of the winner, that we go all the way to 5.
Honestly, I think it is going to go all the way to 5. I think that these teams are too closely matched to do anything else. If this is something like a 3-0 blowout, my mind will be blown. I can't even imagine that situation.
Nor can I, and I think that if that does happen, then I don't even know if it would really even be able to be called a blowout, because I think if we have a 3-0, it's going to be like, maybe 2 overtime maps or something like that.
Right?
Extremely close play between both teams. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Here are the challengers, though, on the other side. The David in this Goliath story, as we often say. NUTURN coming in with their staple 5, Solo, Parry, Allow, Suggest, and Lakia. And you and Tasteless were very much hyping him up in you guys' last cast. Suggest is an absolute beast.
He truly is. And I mean, the thing is, actually, when I very first started looking into Korean Valorant a few months ago now, prepping for this tournament, as soon as I saw what NUTURN's roster was, they actually stood out to me. I'm like, Vision Strikers is the best? Are you sure? This team has Solo and Parry on it. I know their names. I'm not even a shooter guy, but I know their names. And then you put Suggest on top of that. This guy is an absolute killer. I love the team. I'm having a great time watching them, and I think that they are really going to push Vision Strikers all the way.
Yeah, Suggest. And also one of the more interesting, agent rotations that we sometimes see, because he can go for the Raze, but he also will play the Breach pretty stably, which is not normally the shift that we see. Going from that kind of heavy support into a full-blown duelist. So very unique position there for him. I'm more curious, I guess, today, like, does RB ever go back to Jet?
Oh, yeah,
Can they push him to that breaking point or not? Because it has been raised the whole way through. He does come in here. Suggest second highest headshot percentage in the region, I do believe. I think Stax is the only one that outranks him with 39%. With his own Breach and Sky play. But these guys high ACSs across, averaged across all of their matches played so far here in Masters. A 1.5 KD across as many, games as Vision Strikers has played is absolutely incredible. Even more impressive when you look at, NUTURN's run through the lower bracket.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a really important thing to mention. The more games you play, the harder it is to keep up these stats. But you see that absolutely Suggest has played a ton of games and continues to do it. And the thing is, I think he's actually improved a lot in the last couple of weeks. Like, he looks completely different from the beginning of Valorant in Korea.
That it does, but as we can see, the overlap is there for the Rays play. RB has very much been favoring it. Analyst Desk was talking about it, Ending Life, kind of throwing out there that the blast packs kind of worked as the tailwind and the updraft simultaneously. So, and RB just kind of figures, why the hell would I play Jet when Rays does everything else?
I know, right? And I mean, the showstopper is absolutely amazing. We see just clutch plays. He had one on Split the other day. That was just insane to see. But also the blast pack, let's not forget, I've actually seen a lot of blast pack kills lately as well. People use them even offensively. But yeah, it's awesome, man. This matchup is totally cool. And would you look at that?
We have some people breaking away from the norm here.
Well, all you cowards over here saying Vision Strikers are going to, you're like, oh, it's going to be 58 matches in a row that they haven't lost. Listen, okay, you saw the round of 4. Yep. You saw what Suggest did to Muyaho. Because I believed in Muyaho as well. I'm like, oh, this is going to be really close. This is going to be great. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like watching Suggest lately, watching him come up, I think that he is going to be the strongest player here tonight overall between the two teams.
He very well may. I mean, he's got to be the front runner for at least like NUTURN's MVP at the end of this, whether or not they win or lose. My main concern for Suggest is, can he hit those headshots? Can he maintain that headshot percentage when he can't see half the time? Because he's got Stacks on the other team, whether he's playing the Breach of the Sky, who's going to be looking to deny a lot of vision. So could prove a bit more fatal for Suggest if he, just half the time is blinded by Stacks. And you got Inho here who's backing you up on the Korean side of things. Inho's got a good read. Normally, Inho and I are on the same wavelength, but today we're splitting off, so I don't know what's going on.
He's the only one that ever splits off from them over at the Korean desk. But yeah, look, I think that does make it more interesting because Stacks has been the strongest Breach overall in Korea, but honestly, watching Suggest play Breach, I feel like he is challenging for that. And I think this is going to be a great match, man. I think it's going to be so close.
Okay, well, as we were talking about before, here is the map selection. So Coin Flip was won by NUTURN. They take their first pick of Bind. Then we see the response in kind there from Vision Strikers, sending us to Icebox, then to Haven, then to Split, where Vision Strikers crucially has that 100% win rate. So you got to be very cautious. This is a huge all-in for NUTURN. They basically, want to be up at least 2-0 before they get going into Split. But if this goes all the way to 5, then it's Ascent.
Dude, yeah, I love the ordering of the maps. I think that the ordering of the maps is actually pretty darn good for NUTURN. Also, I want to mention, because we haven't seen it that often, look at this. Icebox selected by Vision Strikers, but then NUTURN wants to attack there first. And then the same thing over here on Haven, where Vision Strikers got to choose, and they choose to attack first on Haven, which is, these are two maps that we don't see as much as the other ones, but just generally speaking, when you get to choose, we generally see you choose defense.
Well, maybe it's NUTURN trying to say, okay, you know what, we'll go for the attack, we'll rack up as many rounds as we possibly can, then shift over. It's typically defender-sided, and then we'll absolutely roll Vision Strikers on that, and then we'll just tilt them. Maybe. And then when we go into Haven, it's that much easier.
Okay.
So maybe that's
I'll get on board with that. Yeah.
Time will tell, but here we go. Agent selection on the screen for Bind. Let's see what these teams got going on. Already some fast picks coming through from the side of NUTURN. It's nothing too shocking. Vision Strikers versus NUTURN. You think back to the first qualifier. These two teams did clash on Bind. That was the first map. NUTURN closed it out 13-7. And we already might be seeing some alterations compared to what they ran back then. We had RB on Raze there. We'll be shifting to that, but it will be the shift over here for Stacks onto Sky is the only real change. We did see him still playing Breach back at that time. Otherwise, for NUTURN, much of the same.
Yeah, I do love the new Sky play that we've been seeing here from Stacks, and it looks like Solo is actually going to be going on to Breach, which we've seen him spreading out from his normal Killjoy into Breach a bit more lately as well. Is there a lineup of agents here that you prefer from one side or the other?
Not really.
No?
I'm just excited to get into it. We know how Allow can pop off with the Jet. We know what Suggest can do with that Raze as well as RB. But it's been a long time for Vision Strikers since they played on Bind. Let's see how they fare as we kick off this grand final, best of 5. Vision Strikers looking to defend the crown, keep the win streak alive, and NUTURN are looking to take down a Goliath of an organization here in Korea. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us jump into map number 1. We are headed to Bind.
Tell you, this is hype. Here we go, NUTURN on the offense, and immediately going up B short as well as B long. RB sitting here near window, gonna gun down that boom bot. Suggest trying to poke his head around a little bit. Out comes that dark cover.
Just looking to delay. Perry in position to throw this paranoia through Hookah to try to go for a push, potentially. Biding the time, thinks better of it.
Cancels for now. They are coming up into Garden, but actually we have a rotation from Solo with the spike back. So let's see where he goes with that. RB still sitting back here.
Well, Boombot gets cleared by Perry, confirms that there's at least somebody hanging outside of Hookah. So they continue to play slow around the corner. This is one of the slowest pistol rounds that we've ever seen. And that just goes to show you what the tension is like here for this final. Both teams looking to come out on top. Nate's in the back. Glow. Oh no, he thought he was going to be able to survive that. Wanted to just eat the damage. Does not manage to do so. Just now falling down to 10 HP. RB pushes the corner, gets the final tap into the head. Meanwhile, this crossfire set up. Just finds one. Might not be anticipating. Solo be right around the corner. He's going to push for it. Looks for the kill. Does not find it. Solo will take the TP across over to A.
All right, and already they have Perry running into A. Rotation back right now. King coming through the vents. Gonna shoot some shots off there with the Killjoy. RB taking down Perry. So only Solo left over. He's already hurt. He's only got the classic. Not looking so hot.
Yeah, 65 HP now is going to be spotted. Hides in, trying to at least get the plant down to get that extra money. They're spamming through the box to try to finish him off, and the nades will manage to do so. No spike plant, no extra cash. Pistol round goes the way of Vision Strikers.
Yeah, very strong defense. Like you said, a really slow first pistol round there. It seemed like NUTURN really wanted to push in. Suggest started to break through Hookah in the window area pretty well, but the crossfires, they came in through the Garden, really tore NUTURN apart.
Yeah, weren't really ready for that one. That's where it slips out of their fingers. So now let's see how they bounce back. Likely just going to be the full save from them, but maybe they'll change it up. Yeah, taking a look at our top down, I'm starting to see some stingers.
Yeah, this is something we actually see from NUTURN. They actually do pretty reasonably heavy buys after losing the first pistol round, and we do see that, like you said, stingers. I think I saw a Spectre in there as well.
Yep. Suggest is here with the Spectre, so stinger for Allow and Solo. Otherwise, Sheriff's Perry and Locky up.
And they do have some shields as well. So they spend each round. It's very interesting watching how different they are from the other top teams in Korea.
I mean, it's a pretty big gambit. You know, lose out on this round, barring a pretty crazy, thrifty turnaround. That's going to be a couple rounds gone. Boombot cleared. Nade's going to be evaded.
Raze versus Raze over at the window. Looks like a rotation. They do have the spike over there on Perry going through that link towards A short. Right now, Allow going through the caves. Perry just kind of waiting. Solo ready to fault line in. Yeah, throws it down. Suggest. Oh, headshotted there by RB with the Spectre.
And because they don't have a double peek coming in from Solo, they can't try to get the punish on RB, so he actually just makes it across now to this right side. Pushes back out. Solo will manage to respond quite nicely, but falls down to 20 HP, which is making the chances of taking this round that much slimmer here.
Yeah, they see King around the corner here with that Owlbot. Pop out and get him. Tailwind back in. Allow, pretty low on health.
Got a brief dink in. They hear the plant. Zest pushing the corner. Manages to find the kill. Follows up for a second. Looking for the third. Can't quite line them up. But now they need to get the spike. They need to get this planted. A few seconds remaining. Allow, waiting. Has just enough time to get this onto the ground, but Stacks comes charging through. The plant not going to happen. Lakia looking for that final kill, so Glow goes ahead, pulls back away. Spike will get planted for a little bit of extra cash, and he will hold on to the Sheriff.
All right, so I mean, the best out of a bad situation, I guess, there, but they are not going to have all that much money, considering how much they did spend in that previous round. Vision Strikers has to be at least content with what happened here.
Yeah, you can hear it. Seeming calm, trying to keep level-headed as they get ready to come back into this. Now it's just going to be the full Sheriff purchase. Half armor for all except Lakia, who went for the full, and Solo for none.
Just Spectres on the other side, and Glow already with a couple kills there, popping down A short.
Yeah, Perry managed to find RB in the crossfire, but Glow was already well set up to go ahead and scoop that last kill here. As the nades come out, they will confirm that there is a raise on short.
This is not looking so hot for NUTURN, but this is kind of what you expect when you go into one of these Sheriff rounds. They've been spending their money quite a bit, and it is starting to not pay off.
No, it's not. Go for the double peek. Glow trying to hold it down, trying to get that ace. Can't quite make it happen, but still 4 kills to basically go ahead and set up for this round win. They'll recon forward. Suggest wary that somebody's going to be pushing from behind, but Vision Strikers, they're playing this one out patiently. They're not looking to give over any guns, because they know that if Suggest does get a gun in his hands, he very well could clutch it.
Yeah, it is absolutely a possibility. Not going to do it that time, though. Tries to shoot down the Killjoy, but does get taken out. Vision Strikers right now looking very strong at the beginning of this.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start. But
some messy rounds, though, right?
Yeah, it has cost them. They lose RB, so now he's going to have to go ahead and buy back in. He can just afford full armor and a rifle, but seems like, yeah, he's already got the rest of his utility locked in, so we'll just go to save a little bit of extra by picking up the Spectre instead.
All right, over on the other side here for NUTURN, it's going to be Phantoms and a Vandal here for Suggest.
Looks like maybe they swapped around and Glow trading over his Phantom to RB just to give him that extra bit of firepower. Drone will move forward, spots one at the back of Fountain, gets the tag, RB looking for the peek. Ooh. Shots come through. He's like, yeah, there's a couple people over there.
Yeah, a little bit of an aggressive push down there, down B long. Solo going to be peeking up. Orb still left over there.
It's a really heavy stack here at the B side with the Spike now getting rotated over to A. Vision Strikers are going to have to respond to this pretty soon. I thought maybe they were just going to go for an early stack, get RB the ult orb to get the showstopper online. But it hasn't been the case. They're still just sitting in Gardens. Seems like they still think that this is going to be a B force.
Yeah, but it does look like they're going to push into A. Now, King has the full setup there, but obviously you're not going to be able to hold on for too long. Looks like we do start to have a rotation back towards A. Solo gonna throw the fault line through the wall.
Trying to catch anybody that would be waiting on site or up in heaven. No one there to receive it because it's been a very disengaged hold here on the A site. So now Vision Strikers are going to have to go for this 5v5 retake.
Solo backing up into the baths there. Allow checking vents. I love the angle Allow is coming in from, especially the Darkstorm over on Heaven. Because that has worn out now.
Glow inching his way forward, just checking out short. Might not be ready for Lakia here on the flank. Pushes out. Gets a great headshot. Allow, meanwhile, off screen, finds 3. And suddenly, it's just RB all on his lonesome. They've already spotted him. He managed to find 2 kills. Can he actually drag this back? The answer is no. Suggest has the Vandal in hand, gets the headshot, and NUTURN get on the board.
All right, finally, NUTURN taken down around here. You know, not too surprised after they did that kind of like, what do we call it, like a forced buy in round 2, that it takes them until round 4 to really get themselves back on the board. They have the right guns then, and they finally do take that very important round. If they had lost there, I mean 4-0 at that point, and then you have to go back to Sheriffs, that's no good.
Yeah, well, bless up for Korean observers. We do have Alau's perspective as he scooped those 3 kills over on the site, so we get a little bit of a look at as to what happened there and how things really fell apart for Vision Strikers. But back into it we do go. And this is a huge round now for NUTURN. If they can take this away from Vision Strikers, they will start running away with the economy. And Vision Strikers are going to be shattered. I mean, you can see here, Glow, unable to afford a rifle, is just going to be sitting there with a Bucky.
Yeah, just sitting behind the crates over in A. We'll see if that's where they end up going.
They're starting to rotate over towards short, so he could get the jump on somebody.
Yeah, looks like they do have a Nanoswarm waiting in A short. Zest going to throw the Owl Drone into the baths. Owl Drone, meet Owl Drone. I just love it every time. Something deeply funny about owl drones spotting each other in a bathroom. All right, looks like they're going to go ahead and infiltrate. Waiting here with that buck. He gets a shot, but does not get the kill. Lakia kills Glow off.
Takes him down to 12 HP. Darts flying forward. They're looking for Zest. They will manage to displace him, but not before losing out on 2 members. So it's a 2v3 retake with Lakia 1 hit away from death. Great peek from RP. Gets the instant headshot onto Solo. Evening the odds even further. Now with Stax finding the kill, this is looking very great for Vision Strikers to take the round. Showstopper out. Does he just throw it on the corner? He's just going to hold this angle. They know that he exited through showers. Now the Hunter's Fury will come in. Gets the 1-tap here onto Stax, but now they can follow up and just finish the defuse. 4-1 now here for Vision Strikers.
Really, really well done. I love coming up around that corner in the way that you don't really expect it. We did see in a previous round where Lakia actually snuck around to stop something like that, but obviously this time unable to do so. NUTURN discussing a little bit about what's going on. Like we heard in the interview, Solo, he has the final say here.
Nasty 1-tap there from RP onto Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Just locked right onto his head. Well, let's see how NUTURN tries to come back into this one. The Bladestorm is available for allow, so won't be going for a buy. Just be relying on these knives to do the talking for him.
All right, hopefully he gets something done with it. Looks like they're going to rush up A short very quickly this time, busting over into U-Haul. Allow coming out the other side. Oh, throws the knives down and does get the kill there onto Zest.
Doesn't even
Goes
take
through
much damage.
vents.
Too much damage taken there. Now pushing up behind. Glow, is he prepared for this? The answer is absolutely not. Doesn't even look.
Man. Allow really bringing something together for his team right now. Up comes the paint shells. Tries to get the kill onto Raze. Doesn't get it, but hops down. Did take the gun there.
King creeping in through short. Managed to find one off screens. Trying to push that corner. So many angles to check here, though, but manages to find Lakia. Does he check the right side? Sees the Showstopper. Gets distracted by the Raze. Allow in the meantime does find RB, and now it's all on Stax. Pushing through the smoke. Parry is ready, lurking in the dark cover. The Showstopper not going to be able to find anything, but NUTURN will find another round in response.
All right. Fighting right back immediately, and very importantly so. The way these rounds have been going, I'm like really worried you lose a couple in a row, and you're going to have a hard time buying the guns you need.
I mean, right now both teams are very close to having a rough time.
Yeah.
But Vision Strikers, as you can see, slightly lighter pockets, so seeming like Bucky for RB getting ready to come through. So we take another look at Allow. Got himself situated in behind the boxes, gets the surprise kill there onto RB to help secure it. So 4-2 as we're halfway through the first half.
Well, let's see what Vision Strikers can do this round. We're kind of one where it would be so powerful for them to do well with these Sheriffs. They've got like a Frenzy in there and a Bucky, so you don't expect them to be able to hold on against NUTURN's push this time. Looks like Solo over there with Allow, kind of peeking towards B-Long. Lakia in bads once again. He spent a lot of time in there. Looks like he's going to try to take the orb.
At least taps it to bait somebody out. Aftershock to clear teleporter corner. Doesn't find anything. Meanwhile, the Hawk from Stax will confirm. Yeah, there are in fact some people here at long. Pushing the corner, Lakia will take down Zest, and yeah, only down to 92 HP, so really fantastic trade for him.
Suggest once again in this B short area, looking to poke into hookah and window. RB on the other side, throwing the
they saw each other. Oh! Shot him so hard, he sent him back into the teleport.
The dead body. All right, Stax going ahead. Trailblazers out. Jumps forward and just barely sees Soul around that corner. Stax out coming around. Blind B-Long.
It's a read that no one's pushing. Get received by that. Solo trying to trade this one back. Does find RB. And something tells me Stax is not going to want to go for that peek. Pushing now over onto the side. King finds Lakia, but suggests does get a little bit of vengeance here for his fallen comrade. 3v2 with weaker guns. Vision Strikers looking to bring it back, but it all comes down to Stax now as he gets ready to push out from the defender's side. Waits for the fault line.
Can't imagine he can do very much here, right? A couple over in bats. Of course, he's not exactly sure where everyone's at. Do have Parry down A short. Oh, goes into U-Haul.
And there's the peak timing. As soon as he looks away from showers, gets the kill. NUTURN, 2 in a row now. Bringing us closer and closer.
Vision Strikers a lot more vocal after that.
There's nothing to talk about. NUTURN. Like,
yeah. Like, all right, keep it up.
Yeah, we're good. Just do that again.
Solo's like, you know what? Let's try winning 3 rounds in a row, guys.
Oh my God. An unprecedented concept. No one's thought of that before.
Not since those first 3 rounds, it hasn't happened.
Well, let's see if NUTURN can make it happen and can tie us up 4-4.
Recon Bolt being sent up B long.
Don't spot too much.
RB still waiting over here in window.
Suggest looking to line up a boom bot. Get the bounce. Nades out. Bot's cleared.
Ooh, Rolling Thunder ready.
Could be huge. Rolling Thunder in with the paranoia. Suggest doesn't check the corner. Stacks is ready for it. Yeah, the nade actually did manage to go into Glow, which is why he didn't have the peek left. So got the kill, but does get traded out. It's a high-impact member of NUTURN now gone. Seeker's pushing forward, looking for some targets. Will get cleared as RB makes his way back into hookah.
Yeah, he's running away in the meantime. Perry getting out of there after the Seeker comes in for him.
Ooh, Zest finds the spike, takes out 2. And now it's all just Allow, who is rotating over from the A site.
Well, he's obviously not going to be able to win the round. But
good luck.
Yeah, if they just stand still, I think that's about it for Allow.
Maybe if they stand in a line.
Yeah. That would be quite the reversal. But Allow is, I'm almost surprised how heavily he's pushing here.
He's feeling it. He's feeling
guess
feisty.
so.
At least wants to get some guns away from him. But yeah, double peek. Not much to be done there. Zest will get the finishing blow, and Vision Strikers say, no, you will not get 3 in a row.
No.
Only we can do that at the start of the map.
Yeah, and the pistol rounds don't really count.
Yeah,
so.
pistol rounds. Yeah.
All right. We don't get to hear exactly what Solo wants them to do.
Which is good. We shouldn't. Let's keep that off the stream. As soon as they start going like, well, how about we're just like, cut it, cut the audio. No strats allowed.
So far, Vision Strikers still looking just slightly stronger than NUTURN.
But that's worrisome, given that this is on the defender side.
Yeah.
Vision Strikers, they want to, try to run away with the rest of this half. Otherwise, NUTURN, when they shift over, could be looking at a very strong round of bind, and oh no.
Beautifully done. I love the forward position, but you see RB does get punished there by Suggest around the corner. King takes down Allow, backing up, trying to cover the whole area.
Yeah,
Solo
making
is
that
in those
1v1.
bads.
Or 1-for-1 initially was all right, but now down 2. Not great. Nade gonna force Glow to move forward, and Suggest is ready for it. Spots him out. Even things up, 3-3. Spike's still lurking over in showers. Turret will get destroyed, and Stacks is going to rotate back through spawn to join them over here. Oh, King.
That's a big kill right there.
Yeah, and that's the spike down.
With it over in baths in 39 seconds left, it seems pretty impossible for them to get the win here. Let's see what they do. Looks like Perry's going to go around towards the baths, try to get that spike.
If he can recover this, he could use the ultimate, go over to the B side. He just needs to be able to grab this.
Really good point.
They're watching for it. Yeah, they see that it's gone. Is he going to use it from the shadows? Wait for it. Yep.
I like it, man.
Does he fake it, or does he do it? He's going to commit. Okay. They already have the rotation over here from Suggest, so makes plenty of sense. Hunter's Fury coming through, gets the tag on the end. Can he get the follow-up kill? Yes, he can, and Suggest dies. So just like that, they get the plant down, but Vision Strikers will have the defuse. They will have a 6th round now under their belt.
I tell you, that was a great idea, though, there from NUTURN. I love that Perry had that ready. A lot of times we just see that as a scout and really nothing more, but it gave them like a small chance at least, just the Hunter's Fury being ready. He nailed it. What can you do?
It was a nice play, but unfortunately, does not work out. I mean, great start, Glow. I like how Glow wasn't even the one that got traded back initially. He went forward, and then RB got punished for Glow's forward position on the repeat. But Vision Strikers, momentum on their side. You can see the weapons severely lacking over here for NUTURN.
Yeah, they're a little bit low. Lakia, is he really just on the Classic here? Gonna have to get some sick shock bolts. Let's see it.
Classic and a dream.
Spectre, yeah. Looks like a push here into A. The bads are like really ready, man. King has set up his tech in there.
Yeah, the alarm bot, I mean, they got to destroy it. if they're going to push in at all, so they'll know that somebody's lurking there. Now they have the drone forward. They won't be able to spot them, so they only know that there's one member lurking outside.
All right, pops up to the top crate.
Look at this stack outside of showers.
All right, King sets off his Nanoswarm. Just kind of backing up, taking it very slow here.
Oh.
Solo gonna get the orb.
Okay. Uses the From the Shadows. Make it seem like he's gone elsewhere, but does come back. Just waiting on the boost box right outside of showers to try to catch them off guard. RB as well. Coming around from behind, as is Stax. There's one. Does a little bit of discipline. Jumps over to the side. Made out. Is he ready on the right? No, he is not. Perry managed to find the kill. So Jess with the showstopper got rid of Zest. But the cleanup comes through as Stax completes the wraparound. Vision Strikers win yet another round. That's 3 in a row.
Well, there you go.
They've done it again.
Yeah, Vision Strikers looking stronger and stronger as we go forward. I feel like NUTURN almost found their stride in here, but Vision Strikers just put a stop to it. You can see just how strong each individual is on Vision Strikers.
And that's the scariest thing about Vision Strikers. If you watch them in these high impact series when they're in a final or they're in a decider match, they adapt so quickly. They get a read on what their opponents are trying to do, what they're doing round over round, and then they look to adapt and overcome it. And it really comes down to the NUTURN trying to catch them off guard. But that obviously is incredibly difficult because Vision Strikers have been put in and come out on top of just about any scenario in this game you could possibly imagine.
So true. Well, here they are. They're pushing up into B. Only Suggest left back towards that B short. Everyone else coming up through the garden. RB comes down, but gets taken out by Suggest.
That is a huge takeaway. And now Suggest has a Phantom in his hands. Suddenly the round is winnable.
Yes, yes indeed. A 5 versus 4, and Suggest has a real gun. You guys better run and hide.
Paranoia doesn't hit onto allow. Stax looking to peek on the back end of that aftershock, but
they hear him taking the orb here as well. Do have a little bit of creeping around the side here by Sova.
Drone moving forward. I believe that may have been low as well. Rolling Thunder comes crashing in. Oh, it pushes him right in front of Alau's crosshair.
Ooh, back into the elbow. Allow going hunting right now. Right on the corner is Stax, and oh, Stax takes him out.
Does take him down to 50. Though. Yeah, Zest now with this long creep around from behind manages to find 2. Stax on the repeat. Back out through elbow, finds another kill. Oh dear. Perry, what are you gonna do?
Not too much there, unfortunately. Stax with his 3rd kill. The small fist bump between Zest and RB. And some celebration from Vision Strikers.
They're feeling pretty good. They're really running away with the latter half of this start here to the map.
You know, NUTURN was saving that round, though.
True.
It felt like they definitely had a bit more of a shot when Suggest got that big kill onto RB, but unable to follow through with it.
Well, now last round in the half with the full buys coming through. Solo just running down the clock a little bit as the purchases will come in. It's got his full kit, has the Vandal. So let's see if they can put this on the board. 8-4 going into the half, getting ready to be on the defender's side. Not a bad spot to be in for NUTURN.
Yeah, 9-3 feels a lot worse than that, though. Definitely want to see them take this one. They have their full kit. Let's see it. All right, throws that fault line down. The Boombot going out. Cloudburst into the tailwind, getting over absolutely everything. King coming around the crate right there. Does trade out.
King and Zest going to be traded back. Now Glow finds Allow, Suggests finishing him off. 2v3 for the attempted retake as the spike is being rotated all the way back over to the B site. Teleporter does come through, and RB, he's kind of prepared for this. Showstopper out, jumps around the corner. He's looking for a target, spots one, but Suggests takes his head off. Now the spike can be planted, and it's all down to Stax, and he's got to play for it. It's the last round.
Yeah, you're going to dive in there. You can't save anything, so we'll see what he can get done. He does have a blind. He does have his Trailblazer, and a completely useless heal. See what Stax can get done. I mean, he's a killer, but this is such an impossible situation.
Well, Hawk going out. Cheats to the side, manages to find one, gets into the box, spots one up in Hookah. Can assume it's either going to be Garden or Elbow for the last remaining members. Goes for the shot, taps again, make sure that he's not getting crept on from behind. And the thing is, Perry, he can just sit there the whole time. Perry doesn't have to do a damn thing unless Suggest dies. So he just chills, lets Suggest do the heavy lifting. 3 kills for him. And that will be the first half here on Bind.
All right, that was a very exciting first half as well. So Vision Strikers, they're up 8-4, but of course they were on the defense.
Yeah.
Now it's not that attacking is impossible on Bind, not by any means. Do you think NUTURN has what it takes on the defense to turn this around, bring us to even at least?
I mean, we know that they have what it takes.
Yeah.
You know, they've gotten this far. They made it into this final. They've been the only team to consistently take maps off of Vision Strikers, have done so every single time that they have clashed. And again, it's been with 3 different maps as well, and Bind is one of them. The last time that they played Bind versus each other was the first time that they met in the open qualifier for Challengers Week 1. It was a 13-7 record. So even if NUTURN run this back and they manage to close it out by winning 9 straight rounds, Vision Strikers will have improved their score against them by 1.
Oh, wow.
But this is
moral victory already is what you're saying.
Hell yeah. But this is really going to come down to the pistol round to see how things fare. NUTURN, I don't think they want to be put in a position where they have to do another force buy in the second round if they lose pistol. So if they can just come out on top and then sit comfortably with, Spectres, maybe even Judges and Buckies for the defense, I think that will allow them to take away multiple rounds and then potentially tie us up.
Completely agree with your analysis there. I think that this very first pistol round means so much because we know that NUTURN likes to do that weird buy if they lose it. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a little push here, down A short. But they're prepared. Look at that turret.
Yep.
Who puts a turret there?
Who would win? 4 members of NUTURN or 1 Robo Chicken? Well, they pulled it away. Vision Strikers looking like they're a bit privy to this push. Now the drone going to be able to spot 2 of them. That's huge information for Zest.
Yeah, Zest back through the caves there. Do they just pull back into a more defensive stance? Like, what's the play here as NUTURN? You tried, it didn't work. Yeah, well, look at that. They pull back, and then they start to push
what
again.
If we try it again?
Oh, Suggest gets the headshot there onto King.
Surprise, surprise. Instantly takes him down. The Trailblazer now out from Stacks. Will manage to spot Perry around the corner at the box. But that's about it. Suggest sees their legs for just a moment. It's going to be a full-blown rotation now for Vision Strikers over towards B. No one yet responding to this from NUTURN.
Yeah, just watching. So still 4 over on A. I think they're starting to figure out what's going on. The Paranoia comes out, 2 dark covers as well. 1 to elbow, 1 to that B hall.
Drop down in. RB, no utility left, so cannot try to clear backside with the paint shells here to cut off any access coming through from the defender's side. Here's the drone.
All right, they're coming in from multiple angles.
Oh, double peek. Solo manages to find 1. Stacks gets the other. Suggest. Oh no! Doesn't quite fully clear the angle. Allow trying to bring it back.
NUTURN in a bit of trouble. Okay, he does start the defusal.
He's holding it to half.
Oh my god, is he just going to do it?
He's going to stick it! Pros don't fake, baby! Allow holds it down! And NUTURN will take the pistol in the end.
That was crazy. RB popper.
Stacks. Hand on his forehead. They knew that they should have had that. They just don't clear it fast enough. A great stick from Allow and a great start from Suggest.
I tell you, it was really nice where Zest was sitting back there in hookah to give them that shot, but then to have it just wasted. Look at that 10. Oh man. I love it when people just go for the defuse under a smoke. There's, I don't know. Let's see.
I either get it or I die, I guess. But yeah, a huge win now.
Spectres and a Bulldog for NUTURN. Suggest on that Bulldog.
Vision Strikers, though, still coming in with the purchase.
Yeah, look at that. Spectres themselves.
Uh-oh. I don't think that was quite what RB had fully intended.
Okay, Allow up here gets that first kill. Taking down RB. Lots of damage put on King as well. Solo in the smoke right now, just waiting. Takes a bunch of hits.
Yeah, that's going to be a shock dart bounce around the corner, looking for that finish. Solo down to 21 HP now as Zest tries to hold the angle. Has the lineup but cannot get the finish.
Right,
they make their way forward.
Throws that aftershock through into U-Haul. Going ahead, healing here is Stacks.
They're onto it. There's Stick again. And they're just going to take it away right out from underneath Vision Strikers a second time in a row.
And that hurts for Vision Strikers because they used NUTURN's own buy strategy on them. So they spent all of their money, basically. What are we going to see? Just classics in round 3?
I mean, they went for an even heftier one. We saw Stingers for the most part coming out. I think one Spectre for Suggest. They went, basically full Spectres across the board. So now it's just going to be a smattering of Sheriffs and maybe some armor. But I think, King really going to be the only one that can afford both. And Suggest just sits here completely fine. Says, yeah, got it. No problem.
Not looking too hot for those Vision Strikers now. And, I mean, with those 2 rounds in the pocket, if they win this 3rd one, which they are definitely favored for, they have almost got it to even. Now, Suggest waiting up here in window, shoots down the Trailblazer, blind, and the paint shells come out. He bounces out, throws his own paint shells in, trying to guard the window.
RP does not take any damage from those paint shells, crucially. Staying alive, because, reminder, does not have armor, so that would shred him. Just sitting in that back, Cubby and Hookah.
Yeah, just very, very slow there, waiting. Looks like the push coming up towards B still.
Spot 1. Start there onto Glow. Pulls his way back.
Yeah, towards that B long. Killjoy just behind. Shockbolt coming out. Good dodge.
Just throwing everything that they can, trying to chip away at them as they slowly creep forward. They have sent Solo back over to the B side, so they have this 3-man stack to try to hold them off, and given the weapon advantage, this absolutely could go NUTURN's way. Push out on the back of the blind. Lakia lines up 2. They look for the 3rd kill. In the meantime, Suggest finds the others in Hookah. There's a flawless round coming through from NUTURN, as they are 4 straight now.
Yeah, they are just slaughtering. Beautiful blind there down that B long. Vision Strikers, they were saving their money. They didn't have the greatest guns. They took a couple risks there, stacking everybody up in B long, and it didn't pay off. But I mean, if any team is going to keep their cool and fight back from here, it is them.
Absolutely. But now, within 1 round of tying us up, NUTURN looking to dominate in the half. Here Suggest's perspective back over at Hookah. Great little flick back over to find Stacks.
And now, Vandals everywhere. A single Phantom here for RB. Suggest way far down. Whoa, puts some real damage on. Throws out those paint shells. Gonna run back as well. He gets him.
He just kills him.
He gets him.
Glow did not retreat fast enough, and the paint shells were lobbed in so deep, it was either push back out and expose yourself to that potential peak from the fountain yet again, or die. So, for his perspective, it was a catch-22.
Yeah.
So it does just fall over flat. A huge pick-off there from Suggest.
And did you see Glow, like what he was doing when that happened? He looks frustrated. NUTURN was talking about this. If you can get Glow flustered as the shot caller, that's where Vision Strikers can start to fall off.
Yeah, because if he can't think straight, he's about his own play. He's not going to be able to direct all 4 other members of the team. So they're looking to offset him. Lakia does go for a little bit of jiggle around the corner. It takes a little bit of damage, but not too much.
Popping out those Seekers now. Lakia going to take the one down that was after him. Takes on the one going towards the window as well, backing up into elbow.
Showstopper is out. Waiting, Suggest, jumping forward, spots him. There's RB gone. King managing to find one, but Allow cuts him down with a Blade Storm. And now NUTURN into the site in a 2v4, but very low HP bars here for Allow and Suggest. So this is definitely possible given that Suggest and Stacks are alive.
Yeah, Allow with the Blade Storm out. Coming around the elbow.
Oh, he can get Stacks off guard.
I think he might. I mean, they're coming from so many angles. Ooh, good kill, though, from Stacks. Taking down Suggest as he comes around.
That's one of them. Oh, got the spot briefly there onto the Jet. It's just getting sprayed down. Now 30 HP remaining. Does he actually try to play for this Cloudburst? Going to be expiring here fairly soon as the spike is getting diffused. Stacks, not a whole lot that he can do. Goes for the spray. Solo has the peek, and NUTURN will tie it up 8-8.
Wow, real domination there. 4 rounds in a row. Vision Strikers unable to get their names on the board.
Yeah, 4 in this half, and then they won, round 12.
Yeah,
so that's technically a 5-round momentum swing here for NUTURN.
Look at those banks over on Vision Strikers. Not looking so hot.
I mean, what banks? There's like barely anything there.
They barely got allowance for their chores this week. Look at these guns they have to buy.
Didn't get your straight A's, you don't get your allowance.
No. Not enough money for M&Ms and the arcade. Trailblazer going over here. The Boombot coming out. They will shoot that down. Everyone focused over on B once again. Suggest holding on, moving over towards Hookah.
Creeping himself into the right corner now. Has the backup from Lockheed as well to hold down with a crossfire. Should anyone be so bold as to push in here blindly. Boombot.
Shoots
Gets
it down.
the spot. There's the nade coming forward. They're blinded. RB with the Singer manages to find Suggest. Lakia finds one, looks for the next. A little bit of HP remaining, but Glow will come in with the counter push. Finds a kill. RB, however, eliminated by Solo, lurking in the backside. He's going to wrap around through elbow. Try to get positioned favorably here against Vision Strikers is Zest. And just find a kill. He's trying to hold down this angle, but Perry pushing forward will outgun him.
Right, 2 versus 2 right now. Can Vision Strikers finally take one? They use the teleporter. Stacks going to run over and plant as quickly as he can. It's a slow walk here. Look at Solo. He's coming in from way behind. Looks like he's going to enter through A short, but that's been working for people today.
Yeah. Let's see where Stacks tries to end up. Looks like he's just going to be going for the box.
Perry up in heaven, checking everything out.
One in U-Haul. Looking over towards heaven.
Solo's got a lot of... Oh, Stacks!
He's got the lineup. Of course he does. He's going to throw the Seekers, because why the hell not? Just wants to burn them. TP back up short here from Glow to play Protect, but Stacks gets another Sheriff headshot. And Vision Strikers have finally stopped the momentum from NUTURN, at least temporarily, and gotten their first round win in this half.
Well, so important that they get themselves on the board right there. You really don't want NUTURN to run away with it any more than that. Stacks just showing his quality. You were talking about that headshot percentage.
Yeah.
Solo pops around the corner instantaneously.
I did some glancing at the other regions, and I believe there was one player, I forget what team they were on, one player in EU that had a higher headshot percentage than Stacks. Wow. But out of all of the regions that I looked at, Stacks was basically second highest across them.
That's interesting. What agent did he play? Did you notice?
I want to say it was like Sova.
Oh,
it was
really?
It was
That's
something.
crazy.
It was something like uncharacteristic for what you would anticipate, like because you would
Yeah.
expect a Jet or a Raze or something like that. I forget which player it is, so apologies for not being able to give you the shout out and the credit due. RB in the meantime, though, trying to push through Hookah. Can't quite trade it back here versus Lakia, but does knock him down to 27 HP.
Yeah, but with RB already dead, they got to be feeling good. Allow right now with that op. First op we've seen so far on Bind. It's just sitting over right outside of Bad, so kind of a funny position. Not going to be very impactful this time. Down goes the Dark Cover, as well as the Hunter's Fury. Gets a hit there.
Stacks falling a little bit low. Hunter's Fury out from Lakia.
Ooh, getting a hit.
Yeah, tries to go for the third and final. Doesn't manage to make it happen, so the spike will get planted. Technically 5v4 for the attempted retake, but now we'll have a little bit of a trade-out coming through as it's a 1-for-1. And King takes so much damage.
But now you might not think anyone's in there, right?
Potentially.
Yeah, maybe just staying calm is going to pay off for him. Solo coming around, tries to pop out. No, they know he's there now.
Oh, but he still manages to latch onto the headshot. Can't quite line it up here for Lakia. Allow creeping around the corner. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was pretty sick, actually. Switching over to the classic. Tailwinding away just in case he didn't get it. And that's another round for NUTURN.
And another tie-up, 9-9 now.
They managed to maintain that op as well. Very important for Allow.
What a shot with the classic. That was great.
Did they even realize that he has the op? I don't think they ever saw it because they pushed B and he was over in Bads. And then he killed him with the classic, so I'm not even certain that they know.
Yeah.
They have been focusing on B a lot.
They really have been. Take another look. King, I mean, great shot from him, but oh man, so quickly done from Allow. Absolutely a blink and you miss it moment. He's now going to be set up on the B site with that operator. Hawk going forward into Hookah leads them to believe that there's probably not anybody playing forward. As Zest tries to get Perry, but only manages to tap him in the shoulder.
Yeah, Perry with that very important kill.
This is huge for NUTURN to be able to take the lead. Try to close out map number 1.
And look at that setup as well. They have the op just peeking in over here. No one's in there. They're starting to use their kits here to try to clear out the window area.
Oh. Oh, wow. What?
That's sick.
What a great shot. Now they get the blind. They look for the repeat. They should know that he's going to be in the back of sight. Surprise RB doesn't chuck the paint shells, but doesn't want to give any more, extra line of sight potentially there to that operator. So just goes ahead and pulls back.
Yeah, and they have the rotation now towards A. I mean, if that's where the Jet is sitting with the op, I like this move a lot. Going towards A short, but Suggest is waiting over there.
He is. He's boosted up top. He's got this one-way smoke.
Ooh, yeah.
There's RB already gone. The Boombot can come forward now.
Yeah, brings himself up against the wall over truck, jumps off of it, moves away. Oh, another kill from Suggest.
Nade's ready, bouncing around the corner. Perry finds King as he pushed forward to look to get the spike on the ground. Perry will have the finish, and NUTURN have a flawless round, and they have the lead yet again.
That 10-9, holding on tight. Few more rounds.
Just talking through it. Vision Strikers looking to level out. Try to keep themselves in this. Do have a plethora of ultimates with which to utilize here. Lockdown is available, as well as that Showstopper. So
yeah, really important stuff.
Do we just see RB go for some kind of explosive entry? It's a heavy stack over at Long B, but he is not in a position to punish that.
All right, well, they're going to throw the Trailblazer over in towards the window. See, no one's there. Look at this. Once again in that forward creeping position out of baths with the op, but no one's on that side. Solo throwing the Aftershock through, but no one's in there really either. I mean, I guess they do have RB up in the top of Hookah.
Yeah, just sidestepped it, making sure that he's not going to take any damage from it. So it does stay safe. Spike.
There's going to be fireworks here.
Hawk goes out. They get that sound. They know that the Hawk has made contact with somebody, but there's no way, really, way to tell whether it's over towards a teleporter or in garden or even on the site. So it's a bit too risky for them.
Through the link now. Look at this. Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Oh, allow with such a clutch kill there onto Zest. Now they are going to be able to get over into A. We have a teleport over into his own dark cover. Glow sitting up in heaven. Perry's going to come and find him.
Oh, he's going to push the smoke. Yes, he does. And Perry comes out on top. Glow aiming just a little bit too low. RB does manage to wrap around to the defender's side to get the answering kill. Now the lockdown going to be invested. Hawk out. Stacks pushing the corner. They mowed them down, and it all comes down to Allow now, who's sitting in the showers, has to pull back, and Stacks is starting to go on the hunt.
Yeah, you can't really do much here, to be honest. I don't think Allow's going to try to get a round win. Probably just save the off. Yeah, he's getting out of here.
All the way back to spawn.
Infiltrating alone with an off does not sound fun.
Does he try to go? Oh, okay. Yep, there it is. There's that headshot percentage coming in yet again. Gets the finish with the Vandal. Vision Strikers. Oh, they win out another one. 10 situation. And that's, a pretty big punish. It's going to be a huge amount of purchasing that needs to come through now from NUTURN, especially if they want to have another operator. That's 5K gone for Allow.
Honestly, the op hasn't been doing that much for them. Like, even the rounds they're getting a kill don't seem any closer. 10-10 right now. Dude, if we go to overtime on the first map. Oh!
What a way to start it off.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to change things up. I thought maybe Lockheed was going to make the purchase and then give the operator to Allow, but he will just be running this himself. He's currently sitting in Hookah. They might go for a blind op peek.
Yeah, looks like it.
Sees the Trailblazer.
Yeah, we're just going to back up from there.
Only gives vision to one. Keeps himself fairly obscured.
Going to peek again here with the op.
He could find RB. Oh, what? RB!
What a shot.
Gets him with the strafe.
That is so brutal.
That's a major punish now. You see Solo's going to try to catch them off guard by creeping up behind. This angle is being held by Glow, so they're very wary of this.
Yeah, just kind of sitting in that link. Full defense actually set up here as well. They throw in the Seeker. They throw in absolutely everything. Blast packing in as well. Allow taking a ton of damage right there. Does get picked by RB, who's on a rampage. Gets 3 kills, including Suggest, before being taken down.
Yeah, and only can't find Perry because the paranoia comes through. So Perry saves himself a little bit there in that moment. It's a decent amount of damage there onto Zest. Takes him down to 49 HP, but this is looking like Vision Strikers should be able to take the lead here on Bind, as Perry is going to look to pull back, cover his exit, and just hold on for dear life to this Phantom.
Ooh, that was a bit of a rough one. You know, once again, the op just not doing it for NUTURN. I feel like I've noticed this recently in a lot of the closer matches where the op, it's like you're looking for that one pick and it feels great when you get it, but then if they get it, the spike planted, you can't. No one really retakes with the op, you know.
I like this too. King comes over to defend this operator. He's like, I know you would love to pick this up, Perry.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to get it. Perry does exit through the hookah window. Just for those concerned, he survives. He holds onto the Phantom, but great protection and great awareness, saying like, oh yeah, he could be rotating to go grab that.
Very important round here coming up. Great plays here. I think RP is such a hero for his team in that round, getting those very clutch kills.
Oh yeah.
Now Allow has that op once again. Let's see if he can put it to good use. Looks like he's going to be peeking B long. Yeah. No one's really
Nobody here.
Yeah, they do get the orb. So that's something at least. Stacks sending that Trailblazer through. Doesn't see anyone over near window.
He doesn't look below the window, crucially. Suggest is sitting there with a Vandal. Dart ready to be thrown in here from Lakia. He's got to be careful though, hopping like that. RB might just take his head off
Yeah.
as he peeks over the top.
Saw that before. All right, looks like they're going to push towards A short here. We have 3 on the other side for NUTURN, so they're going to be a bit out of position here. Solo standing right around the side. Dart comes in. They have to be thinking about what's about to happen.
Yeah, they're starting to rotate back through defender spawn. Dark cover coming out. Perry getting blinded. The paranoia hits on the RB as he goes in for the entry. Huge hold now for Solo. Finds 2. There's the cleanup as he gets 3. And we are tied yet again. Another flawless round for NUTURN.
Dude, that paranoia was so perfectly timed as a blast pack in. I mean, it lined it up for Solo. Beautifully done.
Read him like a book.
2 versus 5, no problem.
Great
No problem.
job from Perry. As well, yeah, I mean, it's worth seeing again. As he comes gliding in, just see that, that dark cloud around his head. He's like, oh yeah, he's at this. 11-11. We very well could be going into overtime here in map number 1, Artosis.
Yeah, it is so close right now. Right, immediately trying to wall bang right there. Glow shooting down that recon bolt. Allow still peeking down, B long. Grenades going off. Trailblazer as well. Doesn't look like any damage has been dealt as of yet.
Ooh. Peek out. Wow. Now finding some value. Gets the pick there onto Glow.
Glow throws his head back at that as well. Bit demoralizing for the veteran.
It absolutely is. Now again, given the pick here, it'll just be a full rotation over to the A side. They manage to get a spot onto Solo. They tag him.
Now goes that dark cover. One-way smoke. Aftershock coming through from Solo. King backs up. Looks like Zest going to try to come out of bads. Perry is waiting for him right around the corner.
Oh, Stacks gets the spot. Dark cover now going to be coming down. Zest just throwing out the dart. Will manage to get a spot. There's the operator situated in heaven. Allow finds one. The Rolling Thunder comes crashing through short, knocking back King. Stack still trying to creep forward here onto the site. Manages to find one. The instant dink onto Suggest. Pushing through the dark cover. Gets a decent little spray there onto Perry, but then will get cut down through the smoke. Solo finding the kill as NUTURN look to lock in this 12th round victory. Solo will fall, or get the kill here on the King rather.
Only Zest left over.
He doesn't know which way to look. They push out behind the box. They get the finish, and NUTURN are 1 round away from taking the first map in this set.
I tell you what, the other rounds with the op, not as impressive here. Allow getting 2 picks, just destroying their team. No way for Vision Strikers to push in and take over A.
Huge now for NUTURN. Vision Strikers, look at the money. This would be such a miraculous victory to take us into OT.
That would be something else. I would love to see it, but like you said, they are broke. King with the Sheriff, and we have a Stinger on it, RB.
Don't do it, Lakia.
All right, we got the Odin.
Oh,
Let's
dear.
go.
Just sitting back. Over by Garden. Makes his way onto the site. And it's such a heavy stack right now here for B. There is only Perry over at the A site.
Yeah, they are looking like they are going to be coming.
Hunter's Fury. Cess looking for a target. Suggest finds RB with his own showstopper. 1 HP remaining. Finally gets finished, but Lakia finds Glow at the same time, getting some vengeance. Kills off his teammate in solo, but I don't think they give a damn because now it's just stacks left. Headshot does fly through. He needs to kill 2 more. The lurk around coming from behind as the Seekers will be let loose. The teleporter used. Perry didn't fully rotate out, so it's going to be very quick to arrive at short. Stacks,
is he going to be able to actually get this plant down?
Can he manage this?
Chooses a good location.
It's fortunate that the Odin spray doesn't come straight through the box to finish him off.
Oh, the Owl Drone, so powerful in this situation. From the vents, comes around, sees exactly where Stax is at. Stax pointing towards vents, going back. Oh, gets shot down by Perry.
And that is it. That is map 1 in the books. NUTURN, they get the final kill. They get the defuse. 13-11, so close to sending us to OT, but not to be today. NUTURN kick things off with a victory on Bind.
Damn, that was a good and close map. If that is the type of series that we are going to have here tonight, it's going to be a long night, it's going to be an epic night, and either side can completely take this.
Absolutely. NUTURN with a great win. They know that Vision Strikers does not often play on Bind. They know that it is their least favorite, their least comfortable map. They take them there again. Closer this time around, 13-7 the first time they played against each other on this map. You can see that there was improvement there from Vision Strikers, but they were able to offset them, and they get the win in the end.
Well, honestly, it felt to me like NUTURN, at least in their attacking half, didn't quite hit their stride. They almost got into it, but they never got anything rolling. As soon as they did on the defensive side, it looked so strong.
I mean, yeah, what a streak from them. I mean, 4 rounds in the second half right off the bat for NUTURN. Then they lose 1, they win 2 more, they lose 2, they take 3, they take the map. Huge plays from them. And you can see coming out on top in almost every metric. Headshot percentage going to be a little bit better there, but that's probably mostly because of stacks. But otherwise, 600 more damage dealt. They get the frag wins, and they get those objective plants. Huge here from NUTURN, but Icebox is on the horizon.
Dude, I can't wait. Oh my god, Icebox.
Now, I mean, if I'm NUTURN prepping for this series, this is probably the map that I prepare maybe the most for. That, I mean, obviously this and Split are going to be the 2 that you try to improve the most on, but I'd say maybe Icebox just to try to offset it, because it's been so one-sided most of the time when Vision Strikers take somebody there.
Yeah.
If NUTURN can make Icebox competitive, then woohoo!
Oh, I know, right? I actually was thinking going into today, Icebox is kind of important. If somehow NUTURN takes that, because maps 1 and 3 are kind of NUTURN favored in a way, right?
Yeah.
So it's a scary map we're going to be going into.
No, it absolutely is. Like you say, if they somehow win Icebox, Vision Strikers has to reverse sweep.
Yeah, it's too much.
The only time, like granted, there's not been that many best of 5s, especially here in 2021. This is the first one that we're having in the region, but just kind of historically not that many. But the only time that Vision Strikers has been taken to a map 5 was versus T1 Korea when that team existed. That was October 18th. Was the last time that they played 5 maps in a BO5. Every other time they've been in one, it's basically just been a 3-0 sweep. So NUTURN, let's see if they can do it again. Let's see if they can take them the distance, or if they can just take them out.
Yeah, well, we're going to see it. Like, I mean, I haven't gotten to see NUTURN really on Icebox, so I'm excited to see what they have planned for that. Don't forget, we did kind of have that interesting thing where they want to attack first, right?
Yeah.
So not what I was expecting. They must have something planned.
Some odd decision. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long. We will be having a quick little break before that second map, so don't go anywhere, guys. NUTURN currently leading 1-0.